Hello and welcome back to the Discovery Workshop ASMR, and today I'm just doing a little video update on where I'm at with my Tamiya TT02 Drift RX7. And so I've got it all pretty much ready to be painted. I've done a special little stealth magnetic mount system in the chassis, so it's going to be a nice, easy, clonk without having to mess around with body posts and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, it should be pretty good. With these bodies that Tamiya provide the RX7 in this kit, just want to mention that it pays to have a little bit of extra tape, spare tape, because with the stickers that they provide for masking off the windows and that, they're an odd fit, and even for the back, and so it helps to have a little bit of extra tape to cover up little bits and pieces if you want a flawless, if you're trying to aim for like a near flawless finish. Also in the instructions here for painting, it mentions that the front lower spoiler here is a PS5 black. Recommends to do that color. I suppose cosmetic, but they don't provide any masking stickers in the kit for that lower spoiler, and so that's where I just use this little roller tape. You can get them pretty much in any model store. They usually have those. So yeah, that's the shell, and I've marked it out for gluing the magnets, and I lost my test samples that I did for the metallic blue, but I decided to go with backing it with a silver rather than a gold, because as far as I could, my personal opinion, the metallic blue backed with the silver looked better than metallic blue backed with gold. So I'm going with that, but I haven't got my test samples to show what I mean. So yeah, that's gonna be metallic blue. It's the body. The other little bits and bobs, like these are the little lights that go at the front. I've separated them apart in little bags for the left and right front headlamps, because I'm going to have LEDs in this, and also LEDs at the back. But in the kit, they only seem to provide a limited number of the LEDs, so it looks like you only have 2 for either the front or the rear on both sides, left and right, or 1 for the front, right and left, and 1 for the rear, right and left. So yeah, I'm thinking what I might do is use this, do 1 for the front on either side and 1 for the rear on either side, and then when I get to when I get to this part where I'm choosing the lights for the back, buy another set of LEDs and do another 2 more. So I'll go with this rather than, you got these options, you go with either the 3 LEDs for the back, or the 2. So I'm going to go with the 3. Yeah, so I'm thinking, yeah, that's how I'll do it if I can do it that way. And then I'm not having a major hurdle. I can just install the extra LEDs a bit later on for the rear. So yeah, that's yeah. The other idea I had was I was gonna pop another hole in this and have 2 at the front, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do it like that. Yeah, so that's the LEDs and the lights, and there's also these I've got to paint metallic blue as well. So they're the side headlamps it comes with. So that's those bits and bobs. Now for the stuff on the magnetic mount system that I did. This is a magnetic mount system I bought off of AliExpress, and I found it pretty good. I think it's more for an HSP chassis than a Tamiya chassis, but if you don't mind fluffing around a bit, I think this is probably the best you can get. It's the best I've come across for a stealth magnetic system, and also cost wise it's reasonable. It doesn't seem to be too steep. So this seems to be my favorite. But there was a bit of fluffing around, and a bit of sort of stuff to modify, and a bit of stuff to do to get this layout. So first off, I had to trim the body post right back, and I just got the little plastic pieces there for the front. That was all that's all I wanted out of the front body posts, so I could glue them into this. So I could glue them into the front stealth system, and then screw them in. Now there was a fair bit of fluffing around because this stealth system is a bit wider, and so they don't slot on very easily. And so I had to get a file and file back some of the excess on these side pieces on the. So I had to file back some of the aluminium and make it a bit narrower, so it would line up with the what's left of the body posts there, and I could glue them in. And I just used a bit of old ADOS glue, and also super glue. I just used a bit of cheap super glue. This is the real runny stuff, but I used the ADOS first to hold it a bit, and then when I took it out to do a bit more, I used the super glue, and then I think I might have used a bit more ADOS just to fill it up a bit. Yeah, so that's the front. It seems pretty good. With the back, I had to get some really long, I think they were M3 screws that would go that could go through these 15mm parts on the bumper at the back, and also into the metal aluminium upright posts. So that's got a screw that comes right up into there, and that holds it. As for the width, see, this, I needed this wider, so I needed longer screws that would also go through these. And in this kit it comes with like these, I think they're 2mm thick washers. So I used a bunch of 2mm washers like I think 3 of them on there, and then I used a very thin M3 washer just to get the finer finish, so it's, you know, at the exact width to where it's got to go into the part here, and I used a bit of thread tape just to give it more meat to hold onto when I tightened the screws. And also for this, getting the height, I used a rubbery O-ring. It was hard to get an O-ring the perfect size that would hold onto this tight. Like the 5mm ones actually seemed a bit bigger. I got a bunch of cheap O-rings, so I used a bigger O-ring, and I just looped it round, twisted it round, and then flicked it over. So that's one O-ring that I made into, like, you know, 2 by twisting it round, and so it's relatively tight on there, so that holds that distance, and plus it's been screwed up tight. So that's the stealth magnetic system I've done for this, and yeah, it's almost complete. So that's got me quite chuffed. This is a pretty good little kit, I have to say, and I think I recommend it for anyone starting out into the hobby. And yeah, with the likes of these other magnetic mounts, you see, this is normally what they give you, and so you see that would be too high. Just plonking one of these on, and you know, so yeah. But I'll leave a link in the description on where to purchase these on AliExpress. So now next off, all I've got to do is get that body painted, and the other little bits like the front lights and the side mirrors, and also do the rubber packing for the gear cover, so I can have a gear cover on this, because I don't like having the gear exposed like that. And then I'll just give it another grease over, and hopefully that'll be the chassis fully complete. And then I've just got to finish off this body, get the magnets all glued in, and all the other finer bits painted up. And then this should be pretty much 100% finished soon. So yeah, if you like what you see, please like and subscribe, and over and out.